that I do not support George Floyd and the media depiction of him as a martyr for Black America.
Am I Black? I'm curious if I'm Black because I'm a Black conservative and I am not hearing anything that is said about the fact that about 25 white Democrats assembled to kick me out of a restaurant yesterday to throw water and to throw eggs at me because I am a conservative that supports Donald Trump.
What do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
We're pulling live from the upside of America.
But we have to have a new approach, a new appraisal. And this new appraisal and new approach has to be in tune with the reality of the conditions that we are in.
And everything in my society taught me that white people were better than black people. But this is just a past systemic racism.
We're pulling live from the upside of America.
All right. Keith, you there? What's going on, brother? Hey, man, I tell you, bro. Hey, man, you like that video, didn't you?
Yeah, that video was nice, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, it made me feel like something. All right, cool, people. We are live. All right, cool. Make sure everybody, if you can see this, you viewing this right now, make sure you drop in the comments what city that you are in. We need to know. What city are you in. Go ahead and drop it in the comments for us. We are live. Make sure we want to get these numbers up. We got a great conversation coming up tonight. Very interesting. Gonna be an interesting conversation tonight. All right, but definitely want to make sure enough people are able to watch this. Hey, Keith, last week, brother, what's that in the background, man?
Oh, just a minute, Doc.
All right, cool. Come on, brother.
Can you hear me now? I'm here, man. I got you, man.
Golly.
Listen, when you had disappeared me, I was watching a little video. I'm sorry about that, sir. We are here live. Let's do this.
Yes. As a matter of fact, just in case it's your first time tuning in, this is Coach Jason, Coach Jay Hunter, as well as Mr. Keith McIntyre. Right here live here. Let's see. We already got a comment coming in. Oh, okay. Oh, look at this. Zach Jackson finally told us he is in Florida this week. Alabama last week, Florida this week, brother. We greatly appreciate you, Zach Jackson. We also have. Hold on. Let me just skip right. We got Miss Andre Mariah in the building. Greatly. We're glad that you're here once again. Beautiful thing.
From Thomasville.
We got Miss Cheyenne ready to hear the discussion tonight, y'all. Look up, man. If we got to set up to bring Cheyenne on one time, boy. That Cheyenne dangerous.
we need to have a flashback, go back and reminisce,
man. Yeah, definitely sharp young sister, very sharp young sister, man. Cheyenne, we're glad to have you on tonight. All right, cool. Make sure people let us know where you are at, what city are you in, as well as hit the share button. All right. Oh, yes, we got Miss Eve Kim. The realtor in Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. Great to see you. Man, I'm excited now, man. Hey, we got some powerhouse people. On the live. Hey, Keith, last week, man, we had 4,000 viewers, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we coming up. 4,000 viewers. Awesome. Man. So definitely
on the come up.
Yeah, that was a great show last week with Mataki Akbar, and
most definitely
a special guest. Thanks to Miss Annabelle Diaz out of Tallahassee, Florida. We had Ray Biddard. He definitely dropped some jewels on us, man. We greatly appreciate for him being involved. Awesome. Yeah, we had a lot of talks and dialogue since then. Nice 4K views. We are proud of it. In climbing. We want to spread positivity.
We got Miss Maria Thomas on from Thomasville, Georgia. Hey, okay. Maria.
Okay, Thomasville always in the building, man. It's a great thing to have home team. Home team. All right, cool. Hey, if you guys can do us a favor, make sure that you share. Share. That gets that helps us with our engagement, getting our numbers up, and making sure that whoever can be. Man, I got a bunch of notifications. Yeah, we got a lot of
We got
shares.
Travis Ingram in. Hey, what's up, Travis? We got Tina Murray here. What's up, Tina Murray?
Yeah, what's going on? Appreciate you for stopping by. Hopefully you'll stay tuned. All right, cool. Now, this is the deal. This is what we got going on. What I noticed, right, was that with a lot of the things that are going on, a lot of conversations that are being had, and we got to be real about this thing, right? That with a lot of the conversation that we are having now are conversations that have been avoided and very uncomfortable for a lot of different people and groups of people to have. So for the first time in my time being, I was born in 1982. I'm an 80s baby, you know, so I'm a little bit older than you, Keith, but just a little bit, tad bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right, cool. So with the conversations that have been had, you know, these aren't the typical conversations by people that have had these conversations in my whole entire lifetime. So now to finally be able to have these conversations and have them in such a way to where finally different sides of stories are being considered, heard, and respected is something that's major and monumentous to me, right? Now, what I notice is in the midst of a lot of times with these conversations being had, I keep hearing like this particular name and this particular these particular ideas that keep popping up. And it was Candace Owens this, Candace Owens that, Candace Owens this. Well, Candace said this and Candace said that. I'm like, who the hell is Candace Owens? So it took me a second to actually go do a little bit of diving in my own homework and to connect the dots and figure out who this person was. You know, so it's been for me, it's kind of been a troubling matter, but one of the main things that I always want to do is to, with all your seeking, seeketh ye the truth. You know, so for me, I always want to get as much of an understanding about a thing as I possibly can do. So that's what we're doing tonight. We just put it out there. We opened up this platform to the public, you know, for this our 7 week now.
Yep, this is either 6th or 7th week. Yep.
Okay, and this is going to be our first week not having a quote unquote featured guest, right? So what we're doing is actually opening up this platform to the public. We open up this platform to the people, the ones that actually matter the most. You know,
that means y'all can talk tonight.
Yeah,
y'all can talk tonight.
Yes. So what we want to do, we want to make sure that we put it out there and we keep the conversation. We want for it to be real, but at the same time, we want for it to be respectful. You know, exactly. So let's make sure that we stay along those lines. Give me 2 seconds. I got my daughter's side. She want to come in the room with me and watch TV. Baby girl, this ain't TV time. Daddy working. Okay. You go play with your Legos in the front room, please. Thank you. Take your cookies. Yeah, I had to handle that. Daddy daughter time, brother. I got a great Father's Day.
yes. So happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. That's doing what they can.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate you for everything that you do. Now, we were waiting on a second guest to come in. He's having some technical difficulties logging in, talk to him and everything. So I don't know if he's going to be able to join us or not. Hopefully, you know, if it's meant to be, it will be. Great to see you guys. I need to sign off, eat dinner. Well, we greatly appreciate you for stopping in. Remember, the replay will still be going. All right. So what we're going to do, right, we actually had what we put out there. And let's just go ahead and dive into the topic. And the topic.
Right. Hey, Treoncia Andrews for joining us.
Okay, definitely. All right. So now, yeah, we greatly appreciate you for being here. Let me see. You got another comment here. And come back tonight and view, hopefully. All right. We definitely be looking out for you, Eve. We appreciate you. All right. But the topic of the night, plain and simple. Candace Owens, prophet or prostitute? Prophet or prostitute? Just simple as that. You know, some people have their own viewpoints. If you don't know who Candace Owens is, all you got to do is put her name in Google. She'll pop up real quick. You know, prophet or prostitute? Prophet or prostitute? So what we're going to do at this very moment is go ahead and get the party started. Okay, there we go. I see you, Alan. So now we have 2 people. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do, Alan, we appreciate it working out, man. We got Alan Gaither's backstage as well. All right, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and address this issue. And like I said, this is very organic. we're going to take a very organic approach. We're going to hear people out, and be able to hopefully get some clearer feedback on people's viewpoint, stands or whatever, how they feel about the situation, this person, her ideals, whatever, you know. So we're going to open up the platform for people to be able to express that one by one. It's not going to, you know, right now we have 2 people that are going to do that. So we're going to make sure that we open this up. Let's make sure that we are respectful to people's views, their beliefs. You know, I always believe that, you know, if your ideals, if you're trying to go the same place I'm trying to go, as long as you're respectful about it, we can work together to get there. We don't have to fully agree, exactly, but we can find some type of middle ground or common ground. That's what it's all about. All right. So let me go ahead and look at these comments real quick first. Okay. Do not speak your name. To speak her name is blasphemy. Oh Lord. All right. I hadn't done any research yet, but let's hear this. Okay, definitely, Zach. We appreciate it. All right, cool. And as we go along, if you guys want to chime in, you have any comments, make sure you drop them. We'll be you know, I'm Keith, you watching the feed, because you know I can only see one.
Yeah, I see Natasha Dukes has joined us from Thomasville.
Definitely.
Say hey to Natasha Dukes.
Definitely. But you able to see extra comments, right? Because you know I can't watch everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. So no further ado, we're gonna bring out our first guest today. Helen from Washington, D.C. We have Mr. J.R. Bill. How are you doing, sir?
Yo, what's going on, Coach Jay? What's going on, Keith?
Good. We doing great, man.
How you doing?
Doing great.
And doing all good here in the DMV area, man.
Yeah, up in the DMV. Yeah, you up there where it's real at right now, huh?
Well, it's kind of, you know, real in some places, and other places it's, you know, like nothing really happens. So
okay,
that's how it is.
Now, just keep in mind with Mr. JR, I put out a message out there, and you know, he volunteered and agreed to share his viewpoint. I haven't even asked him exactly what his views are, so this is gonna be very organic. I'm sitting here with my pen and my pad. I'm gonna be taking some notes, you know, because I really, you know, I believe that there's always 3 sides to a story. You got this side, that side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth, you know. So that's what I always look for. So I'm very open to dialogue, anything you'll share with us. All right, cool. So first thing first, man, and I know it's probably not even a fair question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Just keep it simple. Candace Owens, prophet or prostitute?
Simple, prostitute.
Oh wow, okay. Okay. Now, would you care to enlighten us on how you come up with that equation?
Okay, so, you know, like you were saying at the beginning of this live video, is that Candace Owens' name has been popping up everywhere, and basically has been so for about, you know, a year. So it's like people are like talking about, okay, who in the world is Candace Owens? No one really knows like where she came from or anything like that. So usually when something like that happens, you have to be curious as to how a person gets up to that particular level just like that, right? Mm-hmm. So going back into her like recent history, she has basically been involved with a group called Blexit, which is supposedly Black Exit, where they try to push, you know, Black people from leaving the quote unquote Democratic plantation, so to speak, right? Mm-hmm. But my problem with that group in general is that they not only look like they want to leave the Democratic plantation, but they kind of act like they want to leave being Black, period.
Yeah.
You see? So when you listen to Candace Owens or you read her statements and things like that, everything seems to be anti-Black with her, regardless of what the situation is. Mm. So like when it comes to this thing about, you know, the recent incident in Minnesota, or, you know, things about quote unquote Black on Black crime or the issues that plague the Black community, she always points to the negatives, the immediate negatives, but never says anything about what the cause is. Never really points that out. So when it comes to that, it's like you got to look at her side-eye because she's only like doing it in order to get the approval of a certain group of people.
Yeah.
Okay. So like when you see her out in public, or if you've seen her, like if you've seen like the Revolt Summit from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, so you had like I saw
the picture. Was that the one where she when T.I. went off on her?
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So it's like she's there in a group of Black people, and she's like all froze up and everything like that. And Killer Mike basically had to quote unquote save her from certain points that she was trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
So that pretty much put her out in the public view, and she basically froze. So every time she's like in this in Congress or doing this and that, she talks and talks and talks. But when it comes to actually being part of a forum amongst other Black people, she can't do it because she doesn't really deal with Black people on the regular. That just showed it.
Gotcha. And with the Congress now, because this is what has me confused, because I haven't been able to track this one yet. What's she doing in Congress? I mean, is she a politician or not?
No, she's no politician. None of that. Nothing. Has held no office whatsoever. Anything like that. So she's basically been put in as one of the like heads of Brexit. There was like some other person named Bryson that also is affiliated with Brexit that kind of is the same way as she is. Mm-hmm. And I like challenged him to a debate months ago and he never stepped up.
Yeah.
But like having her being able to talk about certain issues when she isn't even in the community in any shape, form, or fashion. Or hasn't been in the community or any shape, form, or fashion since she was in high school.
Gotcha.
Right?
Which is an interesting point all in itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to kind of retract what you're presenting, because really with everything you're saying, because this is no one thing I always get from people when I start questioning them, people that say that they support her, is normally I get the same kind of response every time, and it's, oh, well, I don't believe everything she says, but she does make valid points. Literally, that's why I keep getting over and over again. I haven't found a person that agrees with her, like that will actually talk to me 100%. Mm-hmm. I get the same exact response. I don't agree with everything she says, but she does make valid points. So what you're presenting is that she does not make valid points for the simple fact is that everything is pretty much an agenda that's tied to her personal interest, which is in Brexit, right? And there is no actual activity in the community that validates for her actually giving a damn about the community.
Mm-hmm.
Did I kind of say that in the right type of shape to kind of reshape the I guess give a good summary?
Kind of. So she doesn't have any type of presence in the Black community. But she wants to talk a lot about the Black community.
About the Black community.
You see? And it's interesting with Candace Owens because she talks about all that stuff in the Black community, but hangs around a lot of white people.
Okay.
Married to a white person.
Oh, really? I didn't know about her personal life. That was interesting.
Yeah. Part of a group called, Turning Points USA, that's headed by a white dude. So I kind of question her, overall objective, because it seems like she's talking about stuff that makes white people feel good instead of actually doing things to improve the situations for Black people wherever she is. And it's funny because what has it been? Almost like 13 years ago, she had an incident in a high school in Connecticut where she was a victim of racism. And who had to come in to help local chapter of the NAACP.
Yeah.
In 2007.
Wow.
And it's crazy that you go from that instance 12 or 13 years ago, where she ended up getting a settlement of about $37,000 to, like I said, being all married with a white dude, hanging with a white guy and Turning Points USA, being a representative of Blexit, who, like I said, really don't like being black. I'm going to just say it straight up. So that's why I say Candace Owens, prostitute.
All right. Well, we greatly appreciate you for breaking that down for us. You know, definitely. We glad to hear from you. Glad that you asked to the opportunity to share that with us. What we're gonna do, we're gonna bring out our next guest, who also shared that with you. But we greatly appreciate you for doing so, brother. Cool, man. I'm gonna put you backstage. You free to hang out with us back there, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out our next guest. I appreciate you, JR.
All right, no doubt, Coach Jake.
Definitely. All right, cool. So now we're gonna bring out our next guest, and this would be Alan Gaithers, right? Alan Gaithers. And keep in mind, we haven't really talked. You know, we haven't really prepped people up or anything. You know, this we put out a call to action. We asked who wanted to share their viewpoint. We put it out there to ask who wanted to share, and these are the people that came to the table. So we're opening up the floor and our platform to them, so they can give their point of view, their perspective. We greatly appreciate JR for doing that. Now, with no further ado, we're gonna bring out Mr. Alan Gaithers. All right. Alan, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm glad your sound worked.
Me too.
Yeah, you were having some technical difficulties, but you figured it out, man.
Yeah, man, we got it. We got it.
Yeah, I knew if it was gonna be done, it was gonna be done.
Right.
All right, cool, man. So we definitely we definitely appreciate you for what they call it, Keith? Heeding the call.
Yeah, for accepting the call.
The call, yeah. You definitely did, man. We greatly appreciate you for doing that. All right, so Alan, where are you from? Where are you out of?
Thomasville,
Georgia. Yes, sir. I had to ask so the people know.
Thomasville in the house.
That's it, brother.
All right, cool. So to get down to the gusto here, same question I asked the brother JR. You know, a simple question: Candace Owens, prophet or prostitute?
Oh, man. Well, she definitely ain't no prophet. So
okay,
that only leaves prostitute.
Okay, now I follow you. Now, what leads you to come up with that that synopsis? After you big words sometimes, so people think I'm smart. That's all.
Man, people gotta research Candace, man. And that's the problem, man. People don't read and they don't research, especially our people, man. And so, and to my white brothers and sisters, listen, if you trotting out Candace Owens, you know that what you're doing is you're trying to find someone of color to explain or to coincide with your biasness. That's all you're doing. Because listen, I hate to say this, but I have researched Candace. I have listened to Candace. Candace is an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't know no other way to say it. When you can sit there and you can say, well, the only thing Adolf Hitler wanted to do was make Germany great again. That's an idiot. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of the Jewish people that died in the Holocaust didn't feel that way. Mm-hmm. So, and when you further research Candace, you got to look just 4 short years ago, 4 to 5. Candace Owens was a Democrat. Yeah. She was speaking out against Trump. So when that didn't work, you sold out your people. And wow. So now you're collecting a check from all these right-wing organizations to say disparaging things, you know, towards your people. Mm. And so, go ahead.
No, it's on you.
And you know, so when I listen to her, and like I tell people, you have to do your research, because the stuff she says absolutely makes no sense. So she says there's, you know, racism isn't a problem. There's no such thing as systemic racism and all this nonsense. That's the talk of an idiot. So someone who's getting paid, because, you know, for those of us who live in the real world, we know that
Uh-oh. Yeah, you froze real quick. We know that what? I know you're about to go somewhere with it.
I was saying we know that systemic racism exists, and so when you listen to her, it's obvious that, you know, she's been trotted out by all these right-wing pundits to say these ridiculous things that absolutely make no sense.
So in a nutshell, she's basically being used for a price.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt, because when you listen at her talk about, you know, well, you know, people don't like me because I'm a free thinker and I'm breaking away from the plantation and all that. No, you're not. You're still on the plantation. You can't be a free thinker when you're saying the very things that people are telling you to say for a check. How does that make you a free thinker?
Yeah, you're still in slavery.
Exactly. And so, you know, and I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm defending, because I don't want to make it sound like I'm defending the Democratic Party, but when she says these things, you know, she, you know, such as, you know, well, the reason why Black people are in such economically bad shape is because the Democrats have them dependent on welfare and all this nonsense. But see, what Candace Owens doesn't want to talk about, she doesn't want to talk about that, you know, minorities aren't the majority of people that are on welfare.
Oh yeah.
That's just a fact. What she doesn't want to talk about is that, you know, who is which party is holding up bills in the Senate that could actually help the American people, especially Black people, Republicans. Who's stifling bills that will raise the minimum wage that would lift African Americans out of poverty? Republicans. Moscow, Mitch McConnell. See, Candace Owens don't want to talk about that. See, she wants to go out there like the right wing wants her to do, trot out, oh, vote for Trump. He's the best thing ever. What has Trump done for African Americans? Nobody has been able to answer that question for me.
Yeah, and that's a narrative that I hear that's spit over and over and over again. That's one that she has actually stood by on multiple, you know, multiple. I guess presentation, speech, talk, whatever, you know, that's something that she has stood on multiple times. You know, Donald Trump has done all this for Black people. You know, I ain't felt it, you know, not me personally, you know, but I really don't look either too often, you know, but
well, I mean that's because she can't. She, as well as any Republican or any Trump supporter, can tell you, you know, what exactly has Trump done to actually not only help Black people but help this country. She can't tell you. She can trot out the usual right-wing talking points, you know, the First Step Act, lowest unemployment. That's all BS. Unemployment was already on the downswing for African Americans under President Obama. So, and then you want to trot out the First Step Act, which is an incomplete act. You notice during the midterm elections, Trump not once ran on signing the First Step Act. And then you have to look at the First Step Act mainly affects the federal level and not state level.
Yeah.
That bill could have been a lot better than what it is, but Republicans, of course, you know, they gutted and took a lot of stuff out of it. See, nobody wants to have conversations like this. So they'll take a Candace Owens who will sell out her people and they'll try her out there to tell you, oh, this is the greatest economy ever. No, it's not. No, it's not. The economy was doing fine under President Obama.
Yeah.
So, and they act like, you know, they send her out there to tell, you know, black people, and white people send her out there, you know, as their token black girl to say, man, Trump has done this and done that. But the last time I checked, the economy was fine when he came in.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, unemployment was fine when he came in.
Yeah.
See, and so they'll trot out, you know, well, lowest black unemployment. Well, what they won't talk about is, well, actually, you know, black unemployment has gone up.
Okay.
Did you lose me? Started,
No,
you know,
it was just
unemployment. Yeah, it started. It
started
going up. See, Candace Owens and people like her don't want to have conversations with people like me, because I'm gonna break it down to you. You're not fixing to trot out all this nonsense and say all this foolishness, you know, to me. And so the last thing I'll say to people that are listening, you know, just do your research, do your due diligence. Don't rely on people like Candace Owens and other media outlets. You know, do your own research, especially with what's coming up with the election and everything. You know, do your research, because see, they'll send a Candace Owens out there and she'll tell you, no, don't vote for Biden. He authored the '94 crime bill and blah blah blah. But let me break this history down for y'all when it comes to the '94 crime bill. No, it wasn't a perfect bill. But the '94 crime bill, no, it didn't increase the mass incarceration for African Americans. That started under Nixon.
Yeah.
See, you gotta research your history. See, Nixon ran on the platform of law and order. So more African Americans were locked up from 70 on into the 90s, before the '94 crime bill. And so you got to also look at, it wasn't just it was also black people asking, hey, you got to do something about this crime. Crime spiked in the 90s. And governors were like, whoa, y'all got to do something about this. So you got black people, you got white people, you got Asians. They're saying, yo, y'all got to do something about this crime. So no, the '94 crime bill wasn't perfect, but no, the mass incarceration of African Americans started under Nixon and his war on drugs. So it wasn't the '94 crime bill. So next time someone trots out the '94 crime bill to you, no, you gotta let them know, no, mass incarcerations of African Americans started way before then. And as far as the crime bill, yeah, the 3 strikes, you're out, yeah, that was bad. But also you got to look at the '94 crime bill affects is a federal bill, affects federal prison. Remember, states were already instituting harsher penalties when it comes to drugs, just minor offenses of anything. Individual states were already instituting harsher penalties, which penalize, unfortunately, more African Americans than anyone. So, like I say, just do your research and not depend on, you know, different media outlets, and not without fact checking them. You know what I'm saying? And definitely don't listen to idiots like Candace Owens and that surround them, because they're idiots, man. I sit there and I listen to them, and I'm just like, that makes absolutely no sense. But when you don't know history,
yes, sir,
you know, of course, the things you say are not going to make sense. And Candace Owens has never opened a history book in her life. That's why she can say the ignorant stuff she says.
Yeah, but definitely. All right, cool. So, and I like how you put everything down, and especially that you left it with a call to action for people to do their research. You know, show thyself a shoe, right? right. Homework, you know.
Yeah, so, got to do your homework.
Definitely. So, I mean, that's a call to action with anybody. You want to put it to the test. If you really stand on it, well, then stand on it by challenging what it is that she presented in the first place.
Right.
All right, cool. So that's a great call to action. I definitely appreciate you for answering that call. and sharing that viewpoint with the people.
No,
you know, definitely.
Problem, brother.
All right, cool, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put you backstage. You can ride out with us, man.
All right.
Well, definitely, we greatly appreciate you, Alan Gaithers from Thomasville, Georgia.
Yeah,
all right. Definitely. All right, cool. Okay, cool, Keith. Now this is
boss.
But this is the interesting part for me, man, because what I don't like about the scenario is that we don't have the I guess what you call the other side or the other viewpoint or perspective,
the other part of the story.
But I put it out there just like everything else, and what I noticed is that I have people literally that and I don't want to alienate any of those people, you know, 'cause I mean life goes on. What I do is not the most important thing in the whole entire world, so I get it.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I got two people sitting right here and they willing to come and voice this side, you know, this viewpoint. But when I want to really hear, like I really want to hear, what are you really saying?
Because my thing is I really wanted to hear the viewpoint of someone who's saying, hey, we stand for Candace. We stand for what she's saying. We stand for what she's doing. I just wanted to hear because I'm not familiar about it. So, you know, all I heard tonight was, you know, she's a prostitute. She's this, she's that, she's ignorant, she's this. But I didn't hear nobody saying that she's taking a stand. She's doing this. She, you know, so I didn't get the support side of it.
But that's that's what I'm gonna dive into right here shortly. Before we do that, we're gonna acknowledge the people. Okay, we definitely Annabelle Diaz. Hey, how you doing,
Annabelle Diaz?
Miss Diaz, Tallahassee, Florida.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, awesome, phenomenal lawyer. She even shared, man. She shared to her people. You know, definitely. We also got. Let me see. Why is this thing acting weird on me? I tell you. Hey, listen, Facebook user. I don't know. It said, "What up, fellas?" You know, are you able? Yeah, how you doing? Nah, it's the program, bro. So definitely, hey, how you doing? Matter of fact, you know what it is? That's somebody that's inside our shift group, and they didn't accept the thing, so we don't know exactly who it is. But hey, how you doing? We appreciate you for being here.
What's happening?
Definitely. Let me see. Then we got Emmanuel Enigma September Nicholson. Yeah, what's going on? Definitely.
What's happening?
You cannot get anyone to speak truth to a lie. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes. Definitely.
That's a nice statement there, Ms. Andrea.
Yeah. Oh, we got JR. He want to share some more, man. Look, JR, we're gonna have it. Yeah, definitely. I want to make sure we go ahead and tap on this point right here, man. Let's tap on this point right here, because this was the bottom line.
We got Curtis Janice Floyd in the house.
Okay.
We got Mr. Avon Dwayne Sr. We got my auntie Betty Whitehead. She's joined us. We have Miss Mia Harris Wright joined us. Good day, people. Good day. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. If y'all have any questions or any comments, come on in.
Yeah, we got Shanice Simone down there out of Orlando. What's up, cuz? Yeah, definitely. Who else we got? We got another. It's a Facebook user. They got to be in the group. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? We can't see the name. So
hey,
sorry.
How's it going?
Sorry about that. Yeah, but definitely. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, just speak true, but the lie. But this is what I really want to spin into, man, because it was basically a conversation I was having, really touching on. JR and even Alan really said the same thing, but Alan even hit it a little bit more, and that was the free thinker. Everyone, the people I keep talking to, when I ask them to get down to the bottom line, hey, what are you really saying here? You know, what are you sharing with me? You give me all the selling points, but you don't give me the real, and that's what I have a problem with. If what you say is so pure and what you say should be heard and understand, then break it down to me so I can hear you and understand. Exactly. You know, you can't make a stand. Like, you can't stand on F. No human being can stand on F. If you stand, you better be willing to back up every single thing that you standing on. You get what I'm saying?
The thing about it is you got to build that foundation.
And where do you build that? What's going on? We got Lacano in the building. What's going on? Sorry about that. Yeah, we got Usher in the building. What's going on? Lacano, yeah, we definitely Lacano in New York. Definitely. All right, now we appreciate everybody for tuning in. I want to make sure I acknowledge him before we broke this bread, because this is the key thing, Keith. What I really wanted to make sure that we share with people, because this is what I know about when you are deciding what it is that you truly believe, right? What are you standing on? The foundation. If you break down any type of belief system, I don't care if it's religion, I don't care if it is a practice, I don't care if it's a doctrine, whatever you want to label it. When you break down the core of it, no matter what, you'll always be able to strip down to the bare meat principles every single time. Principles are the foundation that we live our lives based on. That sets what it is that we believe. As a man thinketh, so he do it, right? You know, I fully believe that. You know what I'm saying? So with that, whatever my belief is and whatever truly shapes my beliefs, that is what I am able to stand on. That's how I can say something is right and something is wrong. The only difference is how well do we actually know what makes us believe a certain thing? How well do we know the principles that we are standing on? How well do we know our own morals? Like, and that's really this whole conversation and dialogue that we keep having with racism and wanting to have racism, the racist system, racist beliefs, racist ideals, racist symbols, statutes. The reason why we want to have all that addressed is because what is this saying as far as a principle? What do you stand on? You see what I'm saying? Do you stand on supporting a systematic approach that actually provides oppression to a certain group of people? Do you support that or do you not? You know what I'm saying? And that's where the dialogue has continuously been going, and that's what we see. That's where we see everything being at in America right now, and even throughout the world. You know, it was funny, man. It's, and I'm not gonna say so much funny, but it's interesting to me when you can look at country such as Iran or Syria, and they're having a protest for George Floyd. Iran and Syria. Why are they protesting for George? Because they understand. They know what oppression is, so they can actually relate to that. You see what I'm saying? It's the same. It's the same exact principle that allows for them to stand in solidarity with people that they have never met before. Right? It's the solidarity of it. You know, when we look at people who have benefited off of oppression in the United States of America, either directly or indirectly, we're trying to tell you, you have benefited off the backs of our ancestors. You have indirectly. No, you didn't do it, but your great grandfather, if he wouldn't have been afforded the opportunity to make millions of dollars off of cotton that my great grandfather and grandmother picked for you, then you would not be an alumni at Harvard. You would not have, you would not have this huge mansion. You would not have this huge thing.
Exactly.
So,
and it goes back to the first thought that we had was talking about legacy.
Yeah, of course. You know it always line up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it always line up, man. But to strip it all away, get back to it, and now we are asking the simple questions. What are your principles? When we talk, when it was just like when Alan, when he was saying, hey, do the research, right? Explain, right? And coincide with your purpose. So how do you go 4 or 5 years ago and you screaming Democrat? Now 4 or 5 years later, you screaming all Democrats are the worst thing ever. They're evil, but you were just one. What changed? What switched? Can you break down and explain exactly what switched? You just talk about the narratives, the selling points that you want for people to believe, instead of actually saying, hey, this is why this is wrong. This is why this is not righteous. This is why this is immoral. Me personally, I know I have my own individual principles, and it's simple for me: truth, justice, rights, propriety, harmony, balance, and order. So that is my scale. That's my moral compass. That's how I measure every single thing in my life. So for me, I can look at something like this, or I can look at a Candace Owens, or I can look at a situation when somebody is presenting something to me, it don't add up. You know, there's no way in the world you can tell me 1 + 1 = 5. You missing something here. You get what I'm saying? So that's
exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I keep seeing. That's what I keep seeing and hearing over and over and over again. You know, so anyone, I challenge anyone, because we can't get the others, we can't get a supporter, somebody who says, even the person that says, I don't fully believe in everything she says, but she makes valid points. When I break it down, I ain't hearing that one valid point yet. Not one, zero. Because when you go back to the root matter, the root cause of it all, you will always get back to the same exact thing, air. Like everything that she's selling is based off of air. You follow what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and share with let me see Miss Andre. So I ain't even read. I probably should read it first. Okay. But you must have a sense of self. You don't, and this is Miss Andre Mariah. This is one of our elders sharing with us. First of all, you must have a sense of self. Lacano, we can't see you. I'm sorry, brother. We can't see you. You must have a sense of self. If you don't have a sense of self, you can't present a viewpoint. Therefore, she don't want to say her name. So CO doesn't know who she is, so cannot speak truth for a race of people, a whole race of people. And that is definitely
and that's the whole thing about it. It's about self-identity. You have to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then how can you stand for something if you don't know who you are?
Gotcha.
So that's an awesome point, Miss Mariah. Awesome.
I like that, Keith. It's like you got the Malcolm X glasses on, man.
Boy, you already know, man.
Yes, young brother. Yes, young lion roar. Mufasa. Yeah, we can see you, Lacana. We can see you, brother. We can see you on here, man. That is so true. We greatly appreciate you for jumping in. Greatly appreciate you for sharing that comment. That is so true. Definitely, Miss Mariah, we greatly appreciate that one. And I'm going to use this one, man, because I thought about this. And I'm gonna try to share to break it down to validate my own personal point. And it's something as simple as when we looked at the George Floyd, right? You look at the George Floyd comments, because everything for me personally, it wasn't so much like disrespectful as it was obnoxious until she made the statement, which I feel is a very dangerous statement, to label a man who was killed in front of the whole entire world's eyes. Like, this is the first time, like, it's not the first time that we ever watched a black man be killed on TV. It's not the first time, but this one was just outrageous. And it was the first time that the world was standing still long enough to actually pay attention, right? So when you make a statement such as, well, this person should not be a martyr because this person was a criminal. Look what he did to this pregnant woman. Look what he did. He wasn't doing that when he was killed. And even if he was doing it, what we're talking about is that if a person does something immoral or does something illegal, does that justify that person being killed on sight? What type of country do you live in? That does not, for a person to make that type of judgment call. I don't understand what type of world they want to live in. If you want to live in the wild, wild west, we can do that. Get rid of all the rules. I promise you, Jason Hunter be just fine. We can't say that she will, and I really wouldn't wish that type of life or world on someone like her, anybody that agrees or backs her viewpoints. I wouldn't wish that, man.
And the thing about it is, the thing you have to understand is that, I guess right now, because every time, every murder that we've had, every murder that has killed a black person, they always want to come back and try to find their past where they did theft or where there was this, there was that. That still don't justify why you kill a black man. That don't justify that. So we don't care about what they did in the past. That don't define why y'all did what y'all did.
Well, the danger, Keith, is that when you make a statement such as that, what you do is you label a whole type of group of people, or you give it to where this was the one time when we actually saw something. You had a lot of people who were in a position to do something differently, be able to have a chance to empathize with the situation. So you have, for the first time, people who have said absolutely nothing. When you looked at Martin Lee Anderson, excuse me, we ain't even gonna go there with that one. That's a little bit too deep for some people. Or when you look at a Trayvon Martin, or you look at keep going, a Keldrick Johnson. When you look at all these different situations, Michael Brown, you look at that, you had a lot of people who remain in their shell, but for some reason this time a lot of people have come forward, that are especially people that are in positions to where they can do something to actually help, help move closer to solving an actual problem, so that is the danger, and what was offensive to me personally, and I see very disrespectful anytime, and this goes for anyone who, when they see a person and they immediately say, hey, that person there is a thug. Me too. I'm a thug. I'm a gangster. I'm all that. I'm all the above. If you go back and you look at my past, that's what it says about me.
What did your past say about you?
What does that have to do with my character, though?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't label up. This is who we all are. I don't know about other communities, man, but for me, every person that I know that comes from a black community has a relative who has been strung out on crack cocaine. There is no, I have not met that person yet who has not. So we all have a uncle, a cousin, a sister, a relative, a mama, a dad, or somebody who's a crackhead. You get what I'm saying? So when you want to with just because these people were crackheads, well, then they deserve to die. Well, then you talking about my people. And that's the danger lies in of being able to excuse that mess and saying that it's all right to do. And it's not. It creates a very dangerous and volatile situation. Point blank, period. And now this is the thing. I'm gonna try to wrap this up kind of quickly, right? But if you look at it, because I'm gonna show you, man, how you really use principle, right? Because with the George Floyd, when she made her statements about George Floyd, she also made these statements about Black Lives Matter, and she used Black Lives Matter, saying, "Did you see that one yet, Keith? Did you pay attention to that?"
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Okay, but she used the story about Black Lives Matter, saying that, okay, with Black Lives Matter, every 4 years, Black Lives Matter becomes this big media thing, and that's what it is. And what Black Lives Matter, they're connected to basically they just a machine for the Democratic Party and all this, whatever is out there, whatever. Okay, cool. Every 4 years. This is how you break that down, because that narrative doesn't add up. And I'll be honest with you, because people come and say, oh, well, she makes a valid point. Yes, she does make a valid point, but ask yourself the question, why? Why does Black Lives Matter every 4 years? The next question I have to ask is, well, what happens every 4 years? What happens every 4 years, Keith?
Leap year.
Oh, what? You said a leap year?
Yeah.
Okay. That's every 4 years. I thought that was every 5 years.
No, man, you see, you need
well,
to do your research.
We're not gonna do that, Keith. I thought you were rolling with me, man. Hey, look, every 4 years.
You need to go do your research.
You do your research. What happened this year? What happened this year? But not
also every 4 years. Another thing that happened is presidents change.
Okay, election time, right? So this election, 2020, boom. So 2016, what do we have? Election, right?
Election.
4 years before that, what we had? Election. Okay, so what happens every single 4 years? Boom. So if this happens every single 4 years, and Black Lives Matter is a topic every single 4 years, but with Black Lives Matter, they operate 365 days out of the year. So if the only time people are interested in Black Lives Matter is every
election time,
then is that Black Lives Matter doing that, or is there's something else? Come on, bro, you got to fact check this stuff, man. And if you go back to what Candace Owens had presented before Black Lives Matter, what we have to always remember, this is an organization, and this organization sprung up very organically, right? And when we first really got wind of this organization was due to the Ferguson riots when Mike Brown was killed. Okay. Exactly. But however, let's rewind a little bit before that. If we really want to talk and we really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, let's mention Martin Lee Anderson. Everybody loves to talk about black people getting killed, but they forgot all about Martin Lee Anderson. This was 2006 when the first time you had a young black boy, 14 years old, in Panama City, who was killed in custody. He was killed in custody by a group of officers, and it was caught on tape, right? That's the first time that you heard the lawyer from the great lawyer from Tallahassee, Benjamin Crump. It's the first time you heard him on a national level. It's also the first time that you heard of a young organization on a national level, Dream Defenders. It was a group of college students, and with them, they organized. They did exactly what Killer Mike said. They planned, plotted, strategized, and they mobilized. That's exactly what they did. And now they have a national-based organization that's very similar to Black Lives Matter. Same as, I'm not gonna say the same as that thing, but it's very similar based off that these are young people who decide to get their stuff together and actually bring a change about. Now, there was no Black Lives Matter movement at that time. It was Dream Defenders. And the same as that thing happened with them, that you had people that try to politicize this thing and use it to their benefit to be able to gain votes. Bottom line, that's what it was. So every 4 years, not since Black Lives Matter, the movement, the organization, whatever, they've only been around for a short period of time. You had other organizations that came along and spearheaded that, and then you had a system that was able to take advantage of it, right? There's a win and take, win and losses, give and take, it's all that involved. So it's not like people just being pimped out, used, or whatever. You know, it's actually helping somehow, some way, shape, or form to be able to bring some type of change to problems. You get what I'm saying? But it didn't start yesterday. This is a track record that has been going on for a very long time, where you have organizations that are able to bring to light, the same as that way that Martin Luther King Jr. did and won a Nobel Peace Prize out of it in the 1960s by gaining international attention to issues that people could empathize with all across the world, just like what we're dealing with right now. So for Candace Owens to make a statement like that, what that tells me is that something is not adding up. And just like the two brothers that came on before, she's a straight prostitute. Point blank, period. All right, cool. Let me go back and get back to this thing here. Let me see. Let the shift conversation. You cannot find justice in an unjust system. The Constitution was Miss Mariah is very Miss Mariah is definitely on this. We're gonna have to totally agree. Definitely. We see you, Usher. We're great that you are here. We had a couple private messages. I want to see. Let me see. We gotta
get Miss Mariah on the show.
We gonna tackle that one. That's what and just to kind of share with everybody the direction that we are going with this show. We tackle these issues that are in our society, you know, and that's really what Shift is, to be able to address issues and be able to address issues in real time as it's happening, to begin having discussions, dialogues, and being able to do exactly what Killer Mike said. Plan, strategize, mobilize, and I'm about to mess it all up. But yeah, you get my drift. So that's the whole point of being able to have these talks. Now, however, we are in the phase and the stage because just like me and my young brother here, Keith, we are activists. We put in work. We've been putting in work for a while. I myself probably been at it about 12 years. My brother Keith, even though he's a little younger than me, I can actually say that he's been involved in this community actively for at least about 10 years. You know, so with us, our whole purpose and our shift is to bring light onto these situations, but also be able to have some type of direction to spin them to. So what we're looking forward to coming in the next months, years, or however long it takes, you know, however long we blessed to continue to do this. What we really want to be able to address and acknowledge are community activists, people that are involved in the community. It doesn't have to be a non-profit 501c3. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Boys and Girls Club. It doesn't have to be a traditional organization. We want to begin to really hear from the voices of the people that are putting in these work, highlight some great work that's going out, and being able to really start connecting some dots with people that are ready to assist with people that are putting in work, especially ones in their local community. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that's where we're going to be spinning into lately. And I tell you, we done struck some up because we got Allen and JR ready to get back in, man.
Back there. Yeah, they back there trying to.
Yeah, y'all ready? They ready to get back in, man. You have us on here all night.
Yeah, man. We got to go. We got to go eat, man.
Hey, what we continue to do is really keep this dialogue going.
Yes,
Okay, definitely a hot thing. Well, I definitely want to see some more people from the other side of the spectrum to really
the other side of the story.
Yeah, I really want to hear. I want to hear it from you. It's a little different. When you type behind your computer and stuff, it just ain't felt the same. When you can open up your mouth and express that, it's a little bit different. So hopefully this for the little small audience that we have, man. Hopefully that this actually helps inspire some people to truly have these respectful dialogues to begin happening. That way we can really kind of gauge situations and to make sure that we stay on point, that we stay focused, and that we are all moving collectively together in the same direction. That's black, white, yellow, purple, orange, whatever. If you down for me, we are. If you down for us, we down for you, and we are we, and that's how it should be. But we have to be able to do that, in the proper order, the proper manner, and continue to move forward. So definitely. JR said he got a picture to share. He'll do it later. So definitely on this thread, man, we'll definitely be striking up some more conversations about this, and hopefully we can get a perspective that's a little bit different from everyone that was gathered tonight. I don't want to be the big bully and be
Mia Harris, right? She threw the thumbs up.
Awesome. We appreciate you, Misha. Definitely. And everyone that tuned in, if we can't see you, if we can't see you on the feed, if you've been commenting, make sure you tag us in it, tag Shift in it, tag myself, that's Jason Hunter, Coach J, or tag Keith McIntyre, so that we can be aware that you guys shared or you had a watch party or whatever, so we can be involved with the comments that happen in other people's feeds as well. Same time next week. We do this every single Tuesday.
Listen, you gotta let me do that.
Well, I'm getting to it. I'm just opening up. I'm opening up, brother. That's all I'm doing. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm, Keith.
Okay, I'm gonna wait my turn then.
Yeah. So every Tuesday we do this. Every Tuesday we always address a different topic, a different situation, bring a brand new, fresh perspective in life. Who knows what we'll see next Tuesday? All right, cool. We definitely appreciate our guest today, Mr. J.R. Bill and Mr. Alan Gaithers, man. Greatly appreciate you giving your time. All right, cool. With no further ado, you wanna get us out of here, Keith?
Listen, I just want to encourage the people. Listen, if you don't fall for something, then if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. Mm-hmm. So stand for whatever you think is right in this season. Stand for something. Don't just settle for anything, okay? Listen, if our hearts and our minds are clear, same time next week, 7 p.m., same day, Tuesday. Coach Jay Hunter, Keith McIntyre, The Shift. Peace.
We'll see you later. The new world is here.